All right, I believe we are on. This video is intended to be just a brief introduction to the Java client, which is how online play for the War of the Ring tournament is done. It's done this way versus Tabletop Simulator because you're left with a very easy to use replay file playing this way. So it's just like extra insurance that the games run smoothly. I certainly did not design or make this program. I'll include a link in the description to a more in-depth video and links to the creators, hopefully. So this is how you play War of the Ring for tournament purposes. And if you're interested in just playing with a friend online or whatever, this would be a great place to start too. If you don't want to use Tabletop Simulator, this does provide a little bit smoother experience for War of the Ring. Also, it's free to use. You do need to own the game in real life, or at least have access to the information on the cards from the game, because they're not included. For instance, you have all the fellowship pieces, which represent the fellowship, but their actual cards aren't included. The same for the heroes like Gandalf, Aragorn, Gollum, all of the Shadow, minions as well. You do have access to the decks of cards. Those are integrated pretty smoothly. So to start out, go to File, New Game, War of the Ring. You can start whatever game you want. You can use expansions here. It also has the Battle of the Five Armies, which I have not played, but if you want to do it, it's there. To join, you're going to go to multiplayer, and you're going to either host the game or connect to a host. Hosting and connecting is kind of complicated, and you need to figure out port forwarding, I believe, because it's all done through your IP address, through your router. Another thing that's pretty popular that people use is Hamachi, which you can look up and download, and it allows, I guess, a virtual connection between machines, which is a lot smoother to use than port forwarding. Again, that program is Hamachi. So once you're connected to the other person, you're going to choose who plays Free People, who plays Shadow. You're going to go to the top here for Free Peoples. You click View FP Hand, and then you're going to enter a password, and that's going to be the password you use for actually being able to see the cards. If I draw two cards, if I'm not free player, this is what I'll see, which is the back of the cards. And then if I do View FP Hand, I don't know, do hello for the password. That'll allow me to see the cards. If Shadow draws cards, I won't be able to see those. This would be a setup if I'm the FP. As far as actually playing the game, you have access to dice here. At a baseline, the way the game works is you right click and you select things, and then you left click to select them, and then you right click to move them. So if I wanted to move from Barad-dûr to Gorgoroth, I would select all these units and right click Gorgoroth. The same for Mern. If I want to do that standard, you move. For dice, you're going to start out, you can allocate dice to the hunt box down here. Then you select all the dice and Control R will roll them. For Shadow, any eyes will go in the hunt box. And then you play the game. So you could put a Palantir here, play the card down. Escape cancels out your actions for your dice and cards and combat rounds. Shift Escape just removes cards for combat rounds. So if I do Shift Escape, that would take out the card, which you would use for battle cards. Escape takes away the dice. The dice goes to your casualties, and then at the end of the round, you do recover dice to gain all of the FP dice back up here. There are hotkeys, so F7, F8 will draw cards, F9 will recover all your dice at the end of the turn. Control M moves the fellowship, so if I want to use a character to move the fellowship, I would do a Control M. That'll automatically put the fellowship movement counter up one. To roll dice, you do Control, and then the number of dice you want to use, which is somewhere around here. So if the FP was moving there, the Shadow player would have 2 dice to roll, so he would do Control 2, and that would have been a hit. Control H will draw a hunt tile out of the hunt pool. Control H. So an eye was drawn there. Then you would move the fellowship damage up 2. Control F flips the fellowship. So I could like move them there and then flip them for the reveal. Then again, escape will clear the hunt tile. Hunt tiles go to hunt used. When you play cards, you're going to put the cards for specific tiles. Those will go in hunt used, and then when you get to Mordor, you put the eyes and special tiles back into the pool. And the hunt pool is where the random draw comes from. To choose a random companion is Control D if you're taking damage that way. That's about the long and short of it. If you are getting companions and all of that, like say the Shadow player wants to get Saruman, you go to Force Pool, you click on their respective tile, and you just put them on the map with a right click once they're selected. That'd be like using a muster dice. The political track is pretty self-explanatory. You can double click to move them down, or you can just select and click somewhere to select right click to move them where you want them to go. There feel like special scenarios that come up, but that's the long and short of it. Say Gandalf dies, I need to put another fellowship as the leader. This will blink reminding me that. I can select Strider and right click to put him there. Drawing cards, F7, F8, or for Shadow, it's F11, F12. That's about it. You do definitely need to have a pretty good grasp of the rules to play this way. And again, you need access to the cards to know the specific character abilities. For sieges, if you double click on a stronghold, it'll automatically put the dudes into siege there. So say Helm's Deep was into siege, it would look like that. That's about the long and short of it, and that should be most of what you need to know to understand commentary videos, which I will be hopefully posting more of on this channel. Take care, thanks for watching.